programs? Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews, where today I'm actually going to go ahead and do a little bit of a double feature. We're going to be taking a look at the core class Optimus Prime and Megatron. So I'm going to start with Optimus here, A, because he's been out for a little while, so he's probably the least interesting of these two, as well as, yeah, Hasbro done goofed. I'm dealing with customer service, try to get this sorted out somehow, because that's not right. But anyway, yes, we have Optimus, who is a red and blue truck. Are you surprised? I will say though, right off the bat, all the wheels actually are real. That's saying something. A lot of Optimus Prime figures, this wheel would be fake, so it's cool that they're all real, even though that's what caused the problem here. The gun does tab in on the side of the cab mode. There's a little slot right there, little peg right there at the end. It's supposed to peg on either side, but every time when I try to peg it on this side, it kind of launches itself off, so that's a no-go. It does also peg in right back here, where the full-size Optimus Primes have their trailer hitch, so that's pretty neat. Go ahead and get the gun out of the way for now. Really nice detailing, actually. Lots of little, just molded things to call back the current, especially the leader size Earthrise Optimus. Overall, he does look fantastic. Quality control notwithstanding, this is a really good little Optimus Prime. Transforms exactly how you expect. It's the Optimus Transformation. Go ahead and bring the legs down, and there are little pegs coming off the legs here that are pegging in to the bottom of his arms. So get those out of the way. Bring the arms up like this and out. And straighten the arms out. Go ahead and take the front lower piece here. Flip that up and around. It is on a double hinge, and eventually you'll get those two little spots there to peg in right there. It's very hard to show on camera because it is so little, but fight with it a little bit. That'll tab in. Bring the hips all the way down. Rotate at the upper torso. Flip open this panel, and then if you reach in here, you can actually start the head coming up by pushing on it there, which will get you enough motion to bring it up the rest of the way. Then fold that panel down, fold out the arms, and rotate them into place. And there you've got your little core Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And yeah, it's a really good little Optimus Prime. The face is pretty well done, actually, for that size. Nice bit of molded detail all over. Lots of little callbacks to, again, the leader size Earthrise figure. Even down to having some wheels on his butt. So overall, pretty good. Pretty minimal hollowness. It's really just in the legs there. Even the forearms aren't... There's like a tiny gap right back there. Nothing major. Posability-wise, the head can rotate, as well as he can look down if you start pushing his head back into his chest. Ball joint at the shoulder, full rotation. Moves out. Ball joint at the elbow, 90 degrees. Rotation. You can fold the hand up for whatever reason if you want to. If you bring this little panel up, you do actually get a chest swivel if you want. So that's actually really nice. I do like that a lot. Ball joint in the hip, so he can kick forward, kick back. If you bring the legs between that little bit of back kibble, I am having a... He does not want to stay put together for me tonight, and I do not know why. Normally, I do not have this much trouble with him. But yeah, this one's being a stinker on me. Unlike the other figures I've looked at, I've actually transformed him back and forth a few times. He worked better than before. The full splits, ball joint at the knee, so nice deep bend, rotation, slight angle at the foot. So, yeah, overall, really, really good little Optimus. Probably the best Optimus blaster we've ever seen on a figure this size. That is pretty spot on. I love that tiny blaster. Is Blast Effect compatible if you want. I believe these are also the right size for Blast Effects. I don't have access to my Blast Effects right now, so that's why I'm not actually checking properly, but yeah, overall, I do really like this guy. But Megatron is where it's at, yo. I love this Megatron. Now, yes, I know a lot of people don't care for the tank mode. For me, tank mode's perfectly fine. Yeah, there's, a little bit of visible things here and there and, some gaps, whatever. Megatron always has a slightly gappy tank mode. The fact that he's actually got a working turret at this scale, as well as you can angle the barrel, that is insane. He is pretty visible on the bottom, as you'd expect. Even has a little bit of a smug-looking face because of it. So, that's all pretty great, actually. I love the silver paint here. You've got, like, a slight metallic sheen to this dark gray plastic, which really just adds to him. So, overall, yes, I do really actually like the tank mode. I just kind of wish it had at least some of those silly little camber wheels or something so that it could roll. But, so, tank mode already wins with me, but the robot mode is spectacular. You gotta go ahead and start by pulling off the end of the turret, which is very clearly his gun, which is also modeled after his G1 gun alt mode. It's not completely a Walther P38, but you can see some of the similar design language going on there, so that's really cool. But go ahead, do that. Come to the bottom here. Unpeg, or unhook, I guess, the back tread from there. Unpeg it right here, and then shift the leg down on double hinge. It will peg back in. Same thing down here. Undo this peg, bring it down, peg it back in, rotate the hips around, come to the back, and the arms actually are tabbing in right down here, so you bring them up to untab them, then start rotating the shoulders out like this, just get them part way, then extend all the hinges right here. I can't even tell how many there are, but extend all of those up and start bringing the arms forward as you bring this back. Get the arms all the way down there. Bring this all the way down. It will clip into place. Go ahead, bring this arm around. Spin down the fusion cannon. Rotate the fist around, which will also spin this little back panel. And then on this hand, you just rotate the whole arm. And then, technically, you're supposed to take this little blaster and peg it in right here on his back. And there you have your core class Megatron, not Optimus, Megatron, who, yeah, this is probably my favorite small-scale Megatron that I have ever seen. Bring him in close here. Excellent, excellent head sculpt that's a little bit shinier than my camera knows how to focus on. All the classic G1 details on his chest there. Unlike the Optimus, this one doesn't really pull from the Earthrise or even the Siege figure. This is just kind of a G2, tanky Megatron. Bit of hollow backpack, but nothing major really. Everything else is actually completely solid. He's actually even got a little bit of heft for his size, which is really neat. Yes, again, you can plug in a blast effect at the end of the cannon, or I think you... well, I know that you can actually get certain like Marvel Legends blast effects to plug in there. So there are ways to use blast effects on this guy if you want. But yeah, I love this little guy. Posability is about the same as Optimus, actually. Got a swivel at the head, ball joint in the shoulder, limited by the shoulder kibble, but still decent range. 90-degree bend at the elbow, rotation. At this arm only, because of the transformation, you do actually have a wrist rotation, which is a really, really neat little touch, actually. He has a waist swivel. He's the only one I've seen have that so far. That is awesome. I love that they worked it into the transformation to justify having it. That's great, actually. Kicks forward, kicks back, does the splits. Has about, yeah, actually almost exactly 90-degree bend at the knee. Rotation, slight angle at the foot mold. So, yeah, both of these figures are great, but I definitely have to give more praise to Megatron because, Optimus, we've been getting little Legends scale figures like this of him for a very long time. Yes, this is easily the best one, but it should be as many times as they've done this. This, however, we haven't actually gotten that many Legends class Megatrons. I know it's core class now, but it's Legends class. It's the $10 small figure, as I choke on my own words, literally. But yeah, this guy is really spectacular. He is such a step up from any other small scale tank Megatrons we've gotten in the past. And of course, if you get one, you have to get both. They are such a pair on your desk. They're great. Massive recommendations for both, but definitely a little bit more recommendation for Megatron. So, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.